I couldn't find a YouTube video on how to set up a conditional order on ThinkorSwim mobile to sell a credit spread triggered by a price level. So here it is. If you want to skip or fast forward straight to this setup, I'll leave the timestamp here. Traders, what's up? I'm Marianne. I am a 0 DTE options day trader. I only trade the ticker symbol SPX. I only sell credit spreads. Most of what I trade is 5 wide, out of the money verticals. I really try to keep my trading super simple, consistent, and rules-based. I believe that the key to long-term success is relentless execution of the very basics. I don't have to be the smartest day trader to make money. I don't have to be a master of technical analysis to make money. I don't even have to spend more than a couple hours in front of a computer to make consistent money. I just execute very basic rules over and over again. The point I'm trying to make is try not to overcomplicate your day trading. You can keep it simple and make simple money. The reason I use conditional orders is to keep me consistent. I trade from my phone a lot. I still want to trade my trade if it triggers, even when I'm not at my desk. Which for me is most Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you'll see me setting up a conditional order in real time with real price action from my ThinkorSwim mobile app. Good morning. This is how I set up conditional orders when I want to trade the opening range breakout, but I might not have my eyeballs on the chart. So it's Thursday morning, and this is what the 15-minute chart of SPX looks like so far. If the low of day breaks, I want to sell a call credit spread for a continued move to the downside. So the low of day is 5501. I know we're only 5 points away, but it could take an hour to break. It could take 5 minutes to break. So I'm just going to go ahead and set up my conditional order now for the break of low of day. 550113 is the low of day. So I'm going to go to the options tab. I'm going to, of course, select the first expiration date. And I'm going to be looking on the call side. And I'm going to kind of have to guesstimate here which 5 wide spread I'm going to want to take if the low of day breaks. So this is just kind of my own guesstimation. I am going to, sorry, I keep changing it to the sell side. I am going to trade this 10 wide spread if the low of day breaks. So the first thing I do is make sure the contract size is correct. And then I'm going to scroll a little bit further down here to conditions. Then I'm going to submit on market condition and add condition. Then I'm going to say, by default, it's at or below if it breaks below 5501.13. And then tap done. And then the last thing that I do is I come back up to right beneath the sell button where it says man right there. I'm going to change it to mark. And then I'm going to tap this up to, sometimes I change this, but basically what I'm saying is if and when low of day breaks, send this order to sell 10 call credit spreads at whatever the mark price is plus 5 cents. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And then I'm just going to review it and send it. Make sure you have your at or below price correct. And then it just works. And if I get an alert that it is, so it'll sit here working. I can watch the mark price here.
And if I get a mobile alert that my order has filled, then I can come back in and set up my take profit order. Thanks.
All right, so that order never triggered. It got within 20 cents of the low a day, but it never broke, so it never triggered. Had it triggered, I would have gotten a mobile notification, and then I would have gone in there and set up my closing orders. Otherwise, it just stays in the working orders, and then it expires at the end of the day if not triggered. All right, 3 things I have to mention. I know this is a very specific video, but I use these all the time, and so I should mention these oddities or whatever. It's possible that the order triggers but never fills. So for example, let's say the low of day broke and the mark of the spread at the time of the break was $1. So my order gets sent for $1.05, right? Because I asked 5 cents above the mark. It's possible that the spread never reaches $1.05 and that the market just keeps falling and falling and falling. And therefore my order would get triggered, but it would just stay working and never get filled. Okay, second, in that example, I chose 5 cents above the mark of the spread. As a seller of option premium, I always want the highest credit possible. Whether you choose 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents above the mark of the spread is going to have to be something that you experiment with, especially depending on what time frame you choose. As a 0 DTE trader, if I choose, say, 20 cents above the mark, it would take a significant retrace of the level broken in order for that order to get filled. So I guess if you're aggressive and you know you want to enter the spread at whatever the price is at the time of the break, you could just choose the mark plus nothing, or the mark less 5 cents. All right, last little thing. There can be like very small variations in the mark price, meaning you and I can use the same exact conditional order, and then TOS might record my mark price as $1 and yours as $1.05. So my order would get sent for $1.05 and yours $1.10 using that example. I only know this because sometimes I share my exact conditional order with a large group of people, and there will be very small variations. I'm talking about like 5 or 10 cents. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why that happens. I don't know if it's just the nature of electronic trading, but I just thought I would mention it since this is a very specific video. Conditional orders are a really important tool for me and the way that I day trade. I know trading from a phone, especially for a 0 DTE trader, is probably unusual. I don't know, but I'm pretty dialed in to my strategies and the way that I trade. And so it's important for me to have this functionality on the platform. It's also not just about the convenience of the platform sending the order for me. It also reinforces the discipline of waiting for the trigger to trigger before taking the trade. Like sometimes I do want to like front run the breakout a little bit and place the trade early and then maybe take profit early. But we all know what happens in that case. The trigger doesn't trigger, right? And then it doesn't go the way you think it does. Like in this example, we got within 20 cents. Long story short, the conditional order helps keep me disciplined, which is the single most important part of day trading. Am I right? Thank you for watching. I gotta go. I'm about to melt. See you on the next one. Stay disciplined, my friends.